Welcome back to the Church on Ice TV show. I say, au revoir, dear mempe, merci beaucoup, and ope. This one, if you did not take your French classes serious, you know what he's saying. But he's basically saying that don't say bye-bye to me, don't end the relationship. What I rather want to hear is merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup means thank you very much. On that note, we want to say a big thank you to all our viewers that have been watching the Church on Ice TV show. Today is a different day. We have a different conversation. We have exciting stuff for you. New things that we are introducing to the show. Somebody that made her debut about a week or two ago. And amazing content that we have for you guys. How you guys are doing cool. Everybody is relaxed. Today we have a very interesting conversation, right? So we've all been on the streets. There's a lot that happened this week. And I don't mean parliamentarians fighting or something. I mean a lot happening on our streets, on transportation space. There are a lot of videos, there are a lot of funny stuff, there are a lot of crazy stuff that happened. And because this is the Church on Ice TV show, we get to show you the top content, the top issues. We also discuss things that you guys told us are affecting you on the street. As usual, my name is Yao Odum for Church Diaries. I have my special have, I'm hiding here for now. But this morning we're going to be talking about our roads. So we have a new roads and highway minister that has already been confirmed, right? So we're waiting for the Minister of Transport. I don't know yet if he has been confirmed. I'll check out that. But roads and highways there, he's already started. And so we're talking about our roads and some of the patching that has been going on our roads. So there are some particular roads that, Charlie, I don't know, it's been years. But if you go there today, these roads are still bad. And so we're going to be having a conversation on our roads. What could be the issues or what could be the contributing factors? Where I live, there's a road that was constructed literally less than 6 months after the road was constructed. They had to do editing. I thought editing was for videos and pictures, but they've edited that road so many times. And that's what we're going to be talking about today on the Church on Ice TV show. But to start, it's a weekend. So these days, the idea is that we're going to take it easy so that you guys can ease into it. So we had a couple of videos for you. We're going to show you a couple of videos. And then as usual, we have a new baby girl on the show that would also be coming on the show. So first of all, we have these funny videos. I have no idea what these guys were doing. Hold up. But as usual...
What's happening? I mean, how do you even start the show without me?
Oh, but I say you are no longer my better half.
I'm sorry. The show is supposed to be between I and you. So how do you're even sitting in my spot. Can you please shift?
Valentine is coming.
Can you please shift? Can you please shift? Like please shift. I don't get it.
Guys,
I really don't get it. How does he start the show? Like, this is what I've been talking about. Day in, day out. This guy, I have to...
You see,
I have to...
Hold on. Before Noella came in on the show, I was trying to be sweet, right? So I was like, oh, Noella, I'm hiding her for the better time. And then she chose to come in with violence.
There is no better time. The better time is now. Like, I don't understand.
Okay.
The show is supposed to be presented by a duo. And, you know, they don't even
and
wait
someone
for us.
chose to be late.
They don't even wait for us, the ladies, to get, like...
Someone chose to be late.
I was late
I was trying to hide
for
this.
a purpose. I was getting ready for you. Wait, I mean... Come on.
For me or for the viewers or which
you.
one? I don't do 360 unless...
I won't do any 360. For you to even question me, asking me, who did I do before? What do you mean by that?
Oh, right now I don't trust you. Right now I don't trust you. Anyway, since Noella is in, I'm going to hand it over to Noella to do the intro.
Yeah, in the spirit of Valentine, we had to add a little bit of drama. It doesn't have to be always, straight jacket.
I hate to say it at this point after... You've been doing some things behind me, but you are looking good.
Oh my God, this man.
You're looking good, yeah.
This man. Thank you. Thank you so much for the compliment. But guys, you're welcome. I don't know why he's still seated when I'm standing. These are the signs, guys. These are the signs.
Please, who's the new minister for gender and... Well, I want to make a case.
If you're a lady watching, if your man sits while you stand, dog him. Anyway, that's just on the
See,
light tonight.
I am sitting well. Please bring me another chair so I can sit well. Anyway,
Let me
over to
sit.
Noella.
So you're welcome. It's Cho Diaries. We're on every Saturday at 11 a.m. This show is the bomb. If you're just watching us today, you're welcome to the club. We hope that you become a regular. The show is proudly brought to you by Hisense Ghana. Yao has done a lot of the talking. I don't want to be repeating, him. So everything he said we're going to do today is what we're doing today.
Anyway, so just before you came in, right, I had these amazing videos, right?
Right.
Crazy videos. Like, these videos were trending on Cho Diaries online this week. So we're not even going for a break.
Okay.
I want to show you these videos, and they will just bust your mind. Let the videos roll. Okay, so we're going to have the first video. So there's this bus that was, I think, on its way to the north or something. And if you've been on any of these buses, it takes a lot of time. So, Charlie, they don't like to delay. Almost paying them. But somebody was so powerful that the person was able to break down the bus, even though the bus was still working. So let's just watch this.
Your bus no kosirim. Obi a time so atun so ani on ye obi esi adwane. A ton na me jam bus no. Obi a time na bus ye na esi afiru. Ha. Go for so one. A tobacco pro na obi esi afiru bus no. Se nipa no wani on.
Uncle Sisano. Ebian ye fuche na abramu no so ho.
Hey. Too much one. Come back home when I'm going to be a Johnny Basin. Hey!
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
So gross.
So I think the funny thing with this video is actually the person that was giving the commentary.
Yeah. But the action, the reason why that person was given the commentary, that is gross. How do you do that in a car?
No, I don't know. I don't know if it really was that, but I think there was it's AC, and so the least thing also gets amplified.
Exactly. So the windows were closed. So.
But maybe the person too was in trouble. You never know. You know. Anyway, we have another video, but before we do that, as usual, we have should I call her show baby? No, I think you should introduce her.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, like rightly said, she's a show baby. She's a beautiful lady. She's brought, sweet touch to our show, and we love her for that. I'm talking about Debbie Sway.
Thank you.
Period.
I'm her, yeah.
I love the fit.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, very Gen Z-ish. I love it. You should hook me up. Next week, I should dress like this for the show.
Wait,
it's possible, isn't
it? This is...
This is what?
So the questions producer is asking.
but yeah. Thank you guys for introducing me on the show.
You're welcome.
This video just, it breaks my heart.
Right?
Why?
Because how can you release such a disastrous perfume?
Right?
Why?
Right?
No, but, what have they done to you to deserve it?
Yeah, it was a guy that did it, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
A woman would never.
Since you decided to bring yourself, it was not a guy.
It was not a guy.
It was not a guy. A guy would never do that.
A woman would never. I think this is authority. A woman would never do that.
But have you guys ever been in such a situation before?
Well, yeah, me, yeah. I took an Uber. Oh my God. Hey, I've suffered, oh God. I took an Uber. And the Uber driver, he wasn't only, giving me bad smells from his armpits.
Oh.
He decided to, give me that as well in the car. And it was terrible.
So basically, he decided to be human, and you think he should?
No, he decided to be a bushman.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have another video. This one, I think they didn't get the memo. They thought they were probably in Paris, or they're being deceived by the whole fact that Valentine is coming.
We hope it's not a man.
Let's check this one out.
We hope it's not a man that did something again.
It's the caption that we say today that's single life.
Anyway.
No, but if I was in that church, I'd definitely knock the girl.
Why would you knock the
Because
girl?
she's the one instigating it.
How is she instigating
But how
it?
much did you pay? How much did you pay that you come to sit in church and do this?
You clearly
will,
saw
nah.
the guy kissing the girl. You're saying the girl is instigating.
This is. Hey, wait, no, Noella, did you watch the same?
I
video as
watched the same thing. He allowed his
The
leg.
guy is literally trying. He allowed it.
He tilted his leg for the lady to.
Can you imagine? See, the guy is pulling away.
How is he pulling away?
But the one sitting behind the way will knock the girl.
Hey, but Charlie,
Anyway,
pull out.
I don't promote violence against women. Anyway, moving on to the next video.
Oh my God.
No, but how can you do this in church? Or one, you pay just probably 3 cedis, 50 pesos, or 5 cedis. 2, what about the other people in the church? That's not fair to them. That's like being inconsiderate.
Well, but again, when
This is the same like the first video.
Huh?
They're not considering the other people.
I mean, what is there to consider? This is love. And in any case, is the man instigating the action. Gets a bedroom.
Yeah.
Tell that to
I'm
the
sure
man.
there's a GPRT law against this.
There's no GPRT law against
There's
it.
GPRT law
I would
against this.
choose this over a man, easing himself
No.
by air.
In fact, you know what? I have the solution for them. The
In the
solution is in the next video. There's a taxi driver, Superman taxi driver. I think that's what we should have done.
Yeah?
We should have done to them. So let's go on to the next video. On to the next video.
That kind of look you.
So there's a taxi that's on fire, and this man went to pick up the
A bench. To do what?
As to whether he's going to use a bench.
Always the man. Always the man. Always the man. Always.
I think no, I know what he was doing.
Always the
You know,
man.
when you watch some of these videos, right, and there's fire, people pick like a blanket or something, and you beat the fire.
Always the man. Always the man doing the most ridiculous things. I mean, how do you put out a fire with a bench?
No, but he would just say,
With wood. Wood is supposed to, ignite.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is really...
no, you don't know. He'll use the bench
To hit the
to
fire.
hit it.
What
Beat
killed
them,
me?
then the fire will behave.
This is coming from your own short days. That we use a bench.
When I saw this video, I actually went to tag ADO1 Alex from fire service that we had in the studio the other time. I was like, this one that he didn't teach us, he only came to teach us.
Bench.
But did you guys hear the part where the lady was like, "Fansogo omonim"? What are they using? What's going to happen?
So
maybe the soap.
yeah, apparently soapy hot water helps with
fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I think the sad thing is that there were a couple of taxis parked there, but not a single one of them.
And they didn't
fire extinguisher.
and they didn't even think to move some of the cars from the burning car. I mean,
why would you move it when there's a bench?
oh my God, I can't believe this. Actually, he's joking. I hope you guys get the joke though, because what I'm saying is
Disclaimer: we don't use bench for fire. Anyway, we have the last video. Then we can move to Debbie Sway for the Vox Pop.
Right.
This one is almighty Kaswa people, Charlie. Kaswa, they do all.
Yeah.
Everything.
If you don't live in Kaswa, your place
them.
you live in there.
Actually, I'm moving from Spentex to Kaswa.
We are. Kawi. We are. Hey. Kagalo like in Kaswa. Because you live in Kaswa. Kagalo like in Kaswa. Like in Kaswa. We are. Kawi. We are. Hey. Kagalo like in Kaswa. Because you live in Kaswa.
Are you kidding me?
Hi.
I'm surprised.
Joshua Mo
And
container.
people actually entered.
Because some people get home, you know, when you're going to some of these places to around Charlie, midnight and all that. So if a car comes, but you know the interesting thing actually?
Hey.
The interesting thing is, sorry, you know our trotros are actually like this.
How? I don't understand.
So our trotros are not passenger vehicles. They're actually cargo vehicles. So they are used to move cargo. They are closed like this. So it's when it comes to Ghana that they cut out all these windows and seats. There are no windows. Yeah. So maybe you can just cut out some windows and then.
So they should have done the same thing for this because they look like frozen meat inside the thing. And of course, it's men. I saw only men, no woman. Yeah. No woman will pick a car like this.
Things are happening in Kaswa.
That has to be established.
This trouble that Noella is trying to find for me today.
It's always the men, always.
I second.
The mate, a man. The passengers, men. The driver, a man.
Man. Why? Why would the lady bought this?
Power to the women.
Well, thank you so much, Yao, for these amazing videos.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now we're going to hand over to Debbie Sway. During the week,
Debbie.
She was out on the streets. You guys talked about some issues you had. So we had Debbie Sway on the streets. Debbie, tell us what happened.
Well, as your favorite Trotro police,
right?
I had to go to the streets, you know, and arrest all the news and information for you guys. So this time around, I was at Mile 7 Junction, and then when you get there, there's this, you know, it's a very busy road, right? Yeah, and there's this ditch. It's like potholes, and then there's a ditch in there. So it's really raised a lot of concern for people. So I went to talk to road users and people that use, passengers, everybody. And then they all had something to say about it. But then what I realized was that when you Google Mile 7 Junction, the picture that pops up isn't that. Who are they deceiving? Two different, you know.
So the one on the internet is called packaging.
Packaging.
No. To be honest. There's too much mystery for the show today. No, wait, hold on. To be honest, the one that you will see online or Google Maps.
Anything.
No, let me be honest. So what happens is, you know, Google Maps, they have a time that they take these pictures. So sometimes you see an older picture. This one is not our people that are going to do packaging.
It's just
but you know why I think it's not an older picture? Because talking to the residents there, they said the problem has been there for over 7 years or 10 years.
Okay.
So there's no way.
It has the picture has been in existence for more than 10 years or what?
No, less than.
Wait.
So it means it's packaging.
Packaging.
It's packaging.
So So I think that whoever made that.
You reach one governmental institution.
See, let's be fair. So those videos, it takes time. So when you go to Google.
Why are you defending? Are you a government official?
No, because
men defend.
There's time that we have to bash them. But the truth is that when you go on Google, right? For example, if you Google the streets and all that, what you're seeing is not a current picture. It's usually older. In other countries, they have it more updated. But in our countries, because, Charlie, it takes time. So there'll probably be a video.
So you're saying on authority, this is not how Mile 7 looks like?
No.
The entire road is eroded or what?
No, it's not the entire road. There's this portion on the side of the road.
That needs
exactly.
No, but sorry, if you look at this picture actually, it is adapted. So there's a car there, but because it's the road, I think that's why it's too technical. Let's continue.
Well, yeah, let's take a look. Let's listen to what people had to say and then get the insights of the story. Sure. All right.
This is crazy.
Hello, lovely viewers. This is Debbie Sway back on your screens right here on Churchill Diaries. Now, today I'm not able to be my usual bubbly self. You know why? Because I am reporting on a very, very sad case. Now, right behind me is the Mile 7 junction. As you can see, this is a very, very poor road. This is a very deteriorating state for a very, very busy road. And such situations just make me sad. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this road has been this way for over 10 years. And we don't know what is happening. We don't know if it's negligence or if it is ignorance from the side of the contractors. We don't know what is happening or if it's even a spiritual problem. Today, we are going to find out right here on Joy Prime, and we want to talk to people, the users of the roads, you know, and passengers, people that use this road often.
Myself, I'm an idea no cry high. The India high and they say, as I say, I'm an intino, a marker be a quite to the bubble, and then so tonsua, a sign a mahoney choky. Obian person in the car from the team be every just in Swanto, and is in Sonto, a great as a honor to Tuntino. Am I a brave? And my traffic, of course, so unnecessary traffic. It is a painful bit where I won't be beyond my area. And can you bet your pa? I'm a human answer to me. You're near passing your phone in to me. I could yam. Yes, Ramon Penfun to one among my was a high. Acha, me, Kayakra. Last year, January, night. What I say? And yeah, dear, Nana Sechana. Last year, you have difficult to in sooner a block or honor near Deno. Where is I yabo? You best rain season, you ever call a strawberry. Pressure, just say, Uber drew on the mono, not in sooner tar. To me, not a holding a flat user or candidate. Well, now a ma cast near Bano, will be to me from now program. Yes, Remo. More than I say, penny for I bet my home be beyond my hair. Na yentumi enye adwuma ma ye hontaye
etimi delay adwuma info bia wo kwa adwuma be delay time obedu anya lucky na say ebia wo boss nye we ya onte wase nche no de a big problem emma niema nyina sika sam sometimes we be create me see form and so some fa moto nso ye nyina nim say risky ohwe na ko wu okwan so because obi adwuma na wo ye ono de also a short time nti a problem my nti say nyame be ye modom na some betimi abeboa yen a kai dia seda be mamo rade shram
me din di Anita
and Miss Anita mpacho dan na wo ye e wo Mile 7 area ha
me ton jollof plain rice bayre but there indomie and a spark.
Now for how long now start say wo ye ejuma wo sa area we
me buy 1 year ni but sisi a road ne die me buy na atalk say Bianca road minister be ba be hye amoma ye nsuo to a ye dangerous pa the way traffic esi bakwan yi so no na car sport wo mo di bom na accident esi nti yesre o mo so mo mehwe na mo nyama ye because enka major road say there any kwan say nke say eche da bia meka within seconds we hu an say pan because nipa ni dru ho na otomu a ontimi nkodi odi na chi na odi abone to nti yesre road minister say o mehwe na onyama ye na dako ye wo ha wan hwe aye nti asempa me de ametimi aka no madam as
total overhead nase no traffic e ba ho no nye traffic kitwa obedim sa esare kwa na onan kwa ya passenger ticket kwa no wasi wo kwa se bi wofo obi a awaka no kwa na wo de ne ko bi fanse obi a also ko bi amasama nkwa edin anaso wudi ni fi amasama na edin ti besre empenfo se wonhwe overhead nase ma ye even kwa nsu nto okra mpa sana nsu na ma ho na tutunta ma traffic eba man 7 area mepa efi man 7 junction eko Kings ABC na fi man 7 junction so eko man 7 park traffic eba no anopa na enwumre ano wodin ti empenfo hwe na woni hu dwuma na ma ye bre okwan so pa ye bre.
It's been there for like almost 10 years or even more. I don't know whether it's a gutter that is not visible, that they can't see the actual cause. So I think they have to trace the cause, because when it rains more, then you see that the whole place is flooded. I don't know whether it's somebody's pipeline that has passed there or it's a gutter. So what I think they can do is they have to dig the place and see what is causing causing the issue. I think that's the only thing, because in fact, when it's rain, you see, I think you can be walking, a car will just walking and a splash on you. Maybe you are busy going to work, the traffic will be hectic here, you'll be late, and maybe your boss will not know why you are late. This particular time when it's raining, you see that the whole place will be flooded and there will be traffic here. So I think it's very necessary they have to check the source, because we don't know what exactly is causing, and we don't even know whether it's from this office here, that whether something that's connected into the gutter or something.
Yeah, I say my traffic bar. So you did traffic musa ma you for nisa. I can't want some aka still I'm say yenya mo bia free obia nti we dey be sra ban no. Say omo mehwe na omo mo aye na omo nya na ya ha dwuma no ntimi nkoso emai.
Now many Ebimo didn't come on. I got to know say issue no it's been here for over 7 years.
Ache abambia ba na obuna ni eguso abambia ba na obuna ni eguso.
Oh, akwane de nya kraye twa kraye bro. Ntaban also hwe no ye bibi fa ye bre pa bi sometimes cry na traffic na chisa na ye toto amunam ni ade. Enya kra ema ye nso so ye sisi nyina ya na effect ye. For the way I am na no enye also mo hwe no mo ye bibi fa ho mai. Oh, first ne de na esun tutu say by na nsuo no town say free ni say na asane abetant am say gata bi wo ase ti minim say dey say emu na esi na nsuo ni ntimi enkwa na say nti say nsuo ni tower sana na cars ni fema na ma sesi anam say emu atutu sa no.
Mr. Kwesi Sapon, and for how long now have you been using this Mile 7 road?
Oh, madam, started for a bit many 4 to 5 years.
Now, for how long na road no in this states since I will buy like for how long has it been this bad?
Oh, 5 years Nina say ya net here. Maybe Omegu Kota Ness baby I will say I'm another near dinner and say
now Obeka say saying na SARS problem we affect business and I affect driving or roadways so.
Oh, say a bill send a year amena into cause traffic. And a bill a hanum ka clear was a be out there some 1 minute, 2 minutes be crossing. It's mean delay obey be 10 to maybe 8 minutes and then I cross so I hack clear because of amenane.
You heard it all. They are complaining. They're tired. You know what got me was the Koshadi Mokora, who said Nisisi because of the ditches in the road. So as she's carrying, then
but it's not actually even funny.
So yeah,
you know those are some of the things women go through when the government
exactly. They don't understand, but it's very serious. So, yeah, it's very bad. So, yeah.
Why are you jealous? Why? You suddenly want to be a woman or what? We're telling you the problems we face when, our roads are not constructed right and we sit in, ride-hailing services or trotro and, they do their thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too much.
Women are talking, so, hear women out.
So I hope the government or whoever is responsible for this will just listen to their pleas and then help them out. So, yeah.
So essentially, the message is that the government should save Musisi.
Yes, save our waste.
Our waste. Valentine is coming. Please save our waste.
Anyway,
it's very important.
Debbie, that was absolutely great. Good job done, as always. I absolutely love the fit. So definitely, next week, maybe I may be inspired to do something like this. But thank you so much for bringing us that.
Thank you, too.
Well, we're going to take a quick breather. But when we come back, we're going to be having a conversation with a civil engineer, okay, who will be coming to tell us all about what we need to know about the construction of roads. Why do we construct roads and then after a few years, especially in recent times, we see it being, this deteriorated. And so he's going to be having that conversation with us. And also, how do we fix it? Okay, do we do the whole road altogether? Or what do we do in the interim to ensure that as women, we do not pick cars and face issues that would make our waist wiggle?
Thank you.
Right
men
here.
don't use the road.
We don't care about men. Right after this.
Sometimes I wish you guys could hear some of the stuff that happened behind the scenes. Anyway, we're having a conversation on our roads. Today, we're spotlighting the Mile 7 runabout and the issues there. We have Mr. Godslav A. Duncan. He's a civil and transport engineer in the studio with us today to discuss what the issue is and why we keep having these things on our show. Mr. Godslav, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I believe you saw the video that Debbie was
Hey, but
presenting.
relax. He just came in. Oh, let him relax a bit. Hey, and I don't understand. Mr. Godslav, you're welcome.
Thank you very
How
much.
you doing?
I'm doing
I'm
well.
loving your shirts. Are you single? It's traditional that I ask because he has given me out. He is no more interested in me. So please, are you single?
I am.
Can the Bluetooth pair? Hey,
Which trouble are you trying to put in me?
You're putting me on the spot.
He's shy, you know.
Oh, there's somebody out there.
Oh, no, but...
So you're single, right?
I am.
There's no potential.
No.
So
Well, you want to put him in
Can the
trouble.
Bluetooth pair?
No,
I'm
the
asking
Bluetooth
again.
has a...
Why are you answering for him?
Because his
Let him answer.
Bluetooth is in Spanish, yours is in French. Can't pair.
I'm forced to ask you a particular question, but it's okay. It's the Bluetooth paired.
I mean, let's make sure our routes are very
Thank you.
He's jealous.
I'm more trouble.
Those are signs of a jealous man.
No,
but it's
but
fine.
I mean, you're the one that said you've been hitting potholes, so your waist is doing something. He needs to make sure the waist is okay before he can pair. Maybe pairs now and the waist is
Yeah, I
doing...
was so jealous. Anyway, you're welcome,
Thank you very
Godslav.
much.
That's just by the way.
That's nice.
Anyway, so yeah, I'll take it.
Anyway, yeah, so I think what we want to do is dive into it. I think this problem might end up becoming a two-part conversation. But then we want to understand what really is the issue, because we're seeing this at Mile 7. You see the same thing at Hansonic Junction and some other places. What really is the issue?
Thank you very much. I think it's a very holistic issue we have to deal with. It's not just on one end or who is doing the wrong thing, who is not doing the right thing. Before roads are designed, they are designed to meet or to handle a certain level of load, vehicle or traffic loads. And also, we also consider other factors such as traffic, climate. We consider other factors as the region that the road is. Also, after that, doing that, there's also construction phase. The construction also entails a lot. It involves making sure that you meet the standards that you have set, making sure that whatever has been specified in the designs are also implemented just as it's specified. Beyond that, there's also the operation phase where we also can manage how the road performs. And that's the management. Unfortunately, in our part of the world, most of the time, we think it should be just the institutions or the agencies. But we also have a part to play in that. Roads are affected majorly, like I said, by traffic loads, traffic characteristics, as well as climate. Climate, when we talk about that, we are talking about the weather, the water, because it affects it in such ways as oxidation, how even the pavements heat up, which affects the interaction between oxygen and which causes aging in the bitumen and all of those things. Water is an enemy of roads.
How?
So roads are typically built on what we call the foundation of the roads. In such instances of buildings, we say the foundation, which is the earth that you dig to lay the level of where the building is built up to. So when the subgrade is mostly the natural road or the natural earth which has been prepared to receive the structure, which is the pavement itself. Now, if the foundation is not prepared well, it is very important, it is very significant because that receives the whole load. And if it is not stable enough to be able to carry that load, then the whole pavement structure fails. So what happens is that when water seeps into or infiltrates into the foundation of the building of the road, what happens is that it softens up in layman's term. It softens up the foundation. And so if you have clay, or if you have, let's say, I'll just use Gary for example in your hands. If you place it and you put a load on it, you realize that it might be a little stable. But when you put water in it, you're going to have some swelling of the Gary or some constriction.
So let me ask this question. Is that to say that there isn't any road that isn't an enemy of water, or water an enemy of, I don't know how to put that, but I guess you get what I mean.
Yes.
You said that
water is an
enemy of roads.
Yes.
So is there no road that exists that can withstand whatever destruction water can cause it?
So there are innovations and technologies that are being brought up, or that emerges from time to time.
Right.
Well, we have permeable pavements. Those allow water to go through the pavement without necessarily causing severe deteriorations.
Okay. Is that a type we have on the motorway?
No, the motorway is rigid pavement. It's a concrete pavement.
Okay.
That's the difference between that and this is how it treats the loads that it receives. So just as the name infers, it is rigid, and so the deformations that it receives is transferred laterally, and also just as concrete handles load. But in the flexible pavements, the road allows for some level of deformation without necessarily damaging.
Okay.
So concrete pavements handle loads better. And if you look at the function of that motorway and the level of traffic that it receives, it's
more than 7.
Yes,
so
more than 7 its purpose.
I think one of the things that I would want to point out or let us clarify a bit, because some of the terms might sound technical to our audience and all that. So maybe when you say traffic load, maybe we can break it down. What do we mean by traffic load?
Right.
So that once we continue the conversation, people will be able to understand and follow the conversation.
That's right.
Yeah.
So traffic load, if I just explain, is just the load that the vehicles or whoever is using the road exerts on the road.
Okay.
So that's the traffic load. So when we have the long vehicles have a different type of load, very high weights on the road. Small cars also have their own weight that they exert on the road. So when I say traffic load, that is what I mean.
Okay. So that's to mean that when you have more heavy trucks using let's say maybe the road was made to be able to handle to some certain point, but when you start to have a lot of trucks using that road, and then also, even if it is smaller cars, but there's a lot of traffic, that means at that particular time, there's a lot of load on that road.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we've talked about, some of the factors that causes our roads to deteriorate, and we said water is one.
Water.
And number 2 is the
traffic load and
characteristics. What other types are there? What other factors
you could also
are there?
talk about the maintenance culture. That is a major part of it, and you could also, so the water comes in different ways how we manage that. So for example, typically when you have such roads, you provide drainage structures along it to be able to drain off runoff or to take water away from the pavement structure, because like we said, if water gets its way into the road, then it compromises the integrity of the whole road. So these are some of the...
So with a maintenance culture, every now and then you're using a road and then you realize, okay, there's a fault with this road, like there are potholes, and then you see some people trying to fix it. I have this, controversial school of thoughts that as much as I get the intention behind them wanting to at least help, I feel like how they go about it also further, causes damage to the road. I'm not a professional. I'm not in the civil engineering field. You are the expert. What do you think?
You have a point over there. And what happens is that it comes with the maintenance or the construction methodology. Now, typically when you have a pothole, it is not just the missing black portion of the road that you've seen that is missing, or that's where the main problem is.
Okay.
Sometimes the problem could be from what we call the subgrade, which I refer to in this case as the foundation of the road. So if you go in such an instance, if there's a problem with the subgrade or the foundation, and you just go and then you remove the top loose material and then you put a new material, making it look very nice, you are going to realize that in a few months, weeks' time, you are going to have that come off.
I mean, that explains it because, you know, most of these gentlemen that help fix some of the potholes, they aren't professionals. They're not civil engineers. They're just, you know, and I say this with all, you know, respect. They're just individuals probably out of a job, and so they're trying to also make ends meet, because when they fix it and drivers use the road and, you know, they're attached, they give them something. But, I mean, I feel like, they add on to, and some of the things they use to even cover the potholes even causes damage to the cars.
Right. So the type of material, and if you look at the construction process, what happens is that you select a certain material that fits some specifications, which you'll be able to withstand load or to be able to get that kind of cohesion or bonding that you need for the road to be stable. Now, what you see typically on our roads is when the community gets concerned, they go fetch some loamy soil, they fetch some soil over here, and then they come. I mean, we agree that we are concerned, and then we want to act to be able to bring comfort to commuters. But what happens is that when you bring such materials over there, and you do not, for example, even if it's a good material, you don't compact it very well, what you're going to have is that you might have voids in there which will allow water to seep in. Now, when water seeps in there, it has now material around it that can hold that water to stay in for long. Then the water then seeps laterally, seeps deeper, and then continues to destroy. And then you realize that when it rains again, the material just comes off. You go back, you do the same thing. So if you are supposed to do this right, then we must attack it right, which is to the minimum specification or technique to do it is to excavate or to remove that bad material to a competent level or material.
So do we do it entirely or just that area that is deteriorated? What if, for instance, let's say this whole stretch, is like a road. There's a pothole here. There isn't a pothole here. There's a pothole here. So it's like the potholes are in between the road. In a case like that, what do we do? Do we take out the entire thing and redo it, or we just go to the portions where the potholes are, and as it's where it is, we take that part out and fix it?
So we have what we call the performance levels or performance indicators of roads. We also have the level of service, which we use to assess and evaluate what kind of remedial actions that we need to be able to buffer up the performance of the road to the standards that we has been designed.
Using some terminologies that are a bit complex.
So
come down to our level.
Exactly.
Apologies. So when I say the level of service, we have level of service A to about F, A, B, C, D, and that tells the level of performance of the route. For example, how much delay do you experience on the road when you are using that particular route? And what is the kind of traffic that uses that? So some of those parameters help us to classify the routes and also be able to act or to plan the kind of servicing or maintenance that we need for those routes. We also have what we call the service levels, which also includes the roughness, even the comfort of the passengers. Some of those things, when you see it, so as you just said, if you see some potholes around, it is not just to go in there and start filling it up. Sometimes it will require that you assess it and then see the extent of damage or deformation, which might be that the foundation, as we are speaking, is not competent enough anymore to carry the whole the load. What we then have to do is that we have to excavate everything and then reform from the foundation. But in some cases, it just might require you removing the little loose soil that is up there, opening up the pothole, and then filling it up. Another situation where I realized that in some of the cases, you will fix the roads again, but what causes the deteriorations or defects to come up again has not been addressed.
Right.
So, for example, drainage.
Yeah.
if you don't provide the necessary drainage,
and the water is stagnant
it's still stuck.
in a particular,
Yes. So in this case, I watched the video and I'm saying, okay, but you go there this week to patch everything. But then when the water comes, they say the water floods the area. What the flood does is that there's small cracks in the road, those small cracks that you might not even see very well. It seeps, the water seeps through it and then attacks the foundation of the...
I think for me, that's where I actually wanted to bring the conversation back to, because you're expecting that whatever construction company that put that up should be aware of this. Because when I saw it also, first thing that came to mind is, okay, if you are coming from ABC junction, it slopes down. If you're going from the runabout to the mall area, it goes up, which means that you sort of have this kind of shape where if it rains, obviously, it will go down to that central point. Now, I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, I don't remember seeing any drainage around this area. And so then, yes, rain will come and go, but is the main issue about how we're doing this? Because if you're going to construct and not do the drainage and not plan it well, because, for example, in my neighborhood, there was a road that was constructed within 6 months. They had to work on that road twice. If you go and see the road today, you would think this was a road that was constructed a long time ago. So I guess the question that maybe comes in now is that, okay, do we have like laws on how long a road should last? Who is monitoring this? And what can be done about it? Because Dansoman, Hansonic, it's been done probably 1,000 times. And anytime I see it, I'm thinking, so when they come and, let me call it, edit the road, are they being paid when they do this remedial work?
I mean, in a nutshell, with what you're saying, and that's an excellent question, Yao. But I guess the question I would rather want to ask or add on to what you have just said is, when it comes to the maintenance of roads, whose job is it? Whose responsibility is it? Is it the government or the contractor or the constructor who constructed the road? Like when it comes to maintaining the road.
And do they get paid every time?
Yeah.
Because if
is it even included in the contracts they sign that, okay, beyond just constructing the road, because you constructed it, right? And so when it goes bad, you should be responsible for it, right?
Right. So you all have points over there. They are right assumptions. And so what happens is that in construction...
Go ahead.
So what happens is that in every contract, in every construction, there's a defect liability period where the contractor is liable to restore to the standards what he designed for, what was designed for. So, for example, just as an example, if you have a 6-month defect liability period, that means that if you construct the road, we expect that within that period, we are not seeing any defects, any cracks, any deformations, any those kind of defects. If it so happens, you are supposed to restore it and make sure that it is restored
Who's
to...
Who's supposed to restore it? The contractor. Okay.
But then don't.
So that is a place where maybe the monitoring and evaluation has to be a little bit tighter to ensure that all the parties play the part that they have to play. If we even did it well in the first place, then we shouldn't be worrying about, but there are a lot of factors that come into play.
Okay.
So the contractor in that period is liable for whatever defect comes and then has to fix it. Beyond that period, then you've handed over the project to the owner, which would either be the Ghana Highways Authority, the DUR, and then the DFR. So that is the...
Okay. A quick one, though. What was the average, you mentioned, was it warranty or...
The defect liability period. So typically for roads, you have it about a year and more.
Okay.
Yeah, so... and some others, 6 months. It depends on the type of contract you are dealing with and then the scope that it comes with.
Okay. So I think this is definitely a conversation that there's the technical part. I think there's the community part because, for example, you mentioned the stakeholders. I think there should be a way that commuters, passengers, community people will be able to report some of these stuff because, okay, somebody builds the road, within 6 months, liability is already getting damaged. who is reporting it. Because obviously we know that these are people who will not always be on the road. Yeah. So I think we definitely have to extend this conversation to next week. Noella, what do you think?
I absolutely agree. We would love to have you back in the studio.
It was nice being here.
No, I'm not asking how you felt on the show. I'm saying it would be lovely to have you back in the studio next week.
I am available. Anyway.
Awesome.
Wait, available because next week, that's actually going to be 15th February. So that's just a day after Val's Day. So you should be sure. Is he saying he is available or?
No, but he's
I'm
not.
just saying.
He's not. He ignored. I mean, he didn't say. He didn't. He said he wants to make sure the road is okay. Your waist is stable. Telling me he just kept quiet. Please, you don't keep quiet about me. Be
Silence
loud
means
about
consent.
Me. No.
Silence means consent.
I require ownership.
Hey.
Own me. Hey. Live on television. So no.
I beg, we are giving you the opportunity to own her because next week is Valentine's Day. She says she wants you to own her. Come on in feeling yourself because it's just next week Valentine's. So
that's a layering.
You know what? At this point, I think I'm going to go off the show and give them the chance to close.
So jealous.
So jealous. Please, I'll hand it over to you. Close the show.
It's fine. Anyway, guys, that's a jealous man. Signs of a jealous headsman. But anyway, we are so appreciative for your company on the show today. Next week, we're going to be spotlighting another road, and we're going to have that conversation with our civil engineer about that road, and also, develop on the conversation that we have started today. You do not want to miss next week's show. If you do, that would be at your own, loss. Wow, anyway, I'm Noella. Oh my God, I'm Noella.
You're looking great.
Today, I'm signing off with my new Better Health.
Wow.
You know what? My engineer knew Better Health, and so next week we're going to see you. And so let me, pick a stuff for him as a very understanding. Please, come. Oh, thank you. All right, guys, bye. We'll see you.